What's going on, everybody? It is that time of the week again to get some news and rumors going on in gaming. I must point out that I am predominantly an Xbox guy, and these episodes revolve around a heavy Xbox emphasis, but there is other stuff mixed in between. This episode is going to cover Gears 5 info, Gamescom info, Phil Spencer speaks out and denies some rumors, and this will all be among other topics that will also be covered in This Week in Gaming. Thank you once again for tuning into This Week in Gaming, my friends. I am your host, Centurion1307. This week, we have a lot to rejoice over as Xbox has revealed their stage lineup for Gamescom. The article put out by comicbook.com outlines the games that will be at the Xbox stage event at Gamescom in Germany. The list of games that will be on stage are Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep, Wasteland 3, Empire of Sin, Greedfall, The Surge 2, Vigor, Metro Exodus, Blair Witch, and they're revealing more games that will be available on Gamepass, along with information on XO19 and new accessories. This sounds like an already packed stage event, and the most amazing part is that Bungie will be there advertising Destiny 2 on the Xbox stage for the first time ever. The game's hype doesn't end there, as there will be a major reveal on this stage event. Outlined in a tweet by Jeff Keighley, there will be a reveal of the Gears 5 Horde multiplayer mode, along with a first-time exclusive in-depth look at the Gears 5 campaign. This all goes down Monday, August 19th at 2 p.m. Eastern. But before all that, be sure to tune into the episode of Inside Xbox that's going to kick off the whole show. The next topic is actually more of a PSA for a game that's in Games with Gold. Forza 6 has just come up on Games with Gold, and you need to grab it now, as this game is going to be delisted, and as soon as it is, it will no longer be available for digital purchase and all the DLC along with it. For those of you interested in the DLC, like this awesome looking Fast and Furious car pack, you can pick up the entire VIP collector's bundle, every DLC that has ever been made for this game, for a whopping $4.99. The value on this DLC alone was originally released at $100. This was such an amazing deal, I couldn't pass it up, and I had to share it here so that way everybody knew about it. Our next topic covers a subject that I've mentioned before in a previous video. There is always the major question floating around: does Game Pass hurt or does it help developers in making money? Well, Mike Rose, one of the developers behind the game Descenders, came out and revealed to the world that Game Pass has actually quadrupled their sales. In this article by WindowsCentral.com, it explains that game developers see Game Pass as more of a promotional tool for their product. And Mike Rose confirms this by stating that over 600,000 people have been able to play his game as a result of it being in Game Pass. Before you roll your eyes at 600,000 players, which is a drop in the bucket compared to major AAA titles, we're talking about an indie developer here that was only dreaming about having this many people interested in his game. This proves that Game Pass is not only a successful promotional tool, but is also a successful gateway for helping independent game developers into getting onto the console space. This only makes the argument more concrete that Game Pass is one of the most pro-consumer services in gaming history. And it looks like it's starting to be one of the most pro-developer services as well. Our next story revolves around the mythical xCloud streaming box. In this article from GeekWire, Phil Spencer puts those rumors to rest. In this article, it outlines his interview that he sat down and had with GameSpot. In the interview, he stated, We are not working on a streaming only console right now. We are looking at the phone in your pocket as the destination for you to stream and the console that we have always allowed you to play the games locally. He pointed out that their main concern right now is to getting these data centers closer to the developers and to put xCloud in the developers' hands already. So that way they can optimize their games to function better and look cleaner on mobile devices. Most big game developers have never imagined their game being on a device as small as a mobile phone. The games that they engineer are not designed to be on a platform this small, so there needs to be some optimization. So as a result, Phil Spencer states that game streaming as a mainstream platform is years away. In my opinion, the main reason why that this won't be mainstream for a few years is not due to the fact that these games weren't supposed to be put on this small of a platform, but due to the adoption rate of society. With change comes resistance, and there is going to be a lot of resistance associated with playing games in this manner. So that being said, they are expecting it will take a few years to get people used to the idea of streaming games. There was a time when people thought doing digital game sales was going to be impossible. Our last story happens to be a highlight for something that I found to be absolutely cool that appeared on Polygon, and it was created by a content creator for YouTube. Out of respect, I will not play the entire video, but I will link it down below for those that are interested to see this entire masterpiece. What you are staring at is a fan-built massive structure / city that is in No Man's Sky. Just so everybody knows, this took a lot of planning and time to create this massive structure. It, for starters, had to be created on a planet with no atmosphere so that there was no life on the planet for any rendering. If there was any amount of rendering to the planet that this is on, it would cause the game to crash, because this structure is built in a process called glitch building. In this process, you are glitching and bugging the building materials in the game to conform in a way that was never originally meant to happen. According to the article, it took the builders of this monstrosity 20 hours to create this masterpiece. So once again, we find ourselves at the end of another episode of This Week in Gaming. If you'd like this episode or any of my other regularly released content, please send me a like and subscribe down below. Please feel free to also give me any comments or thoughts down below as well. I enjoy putting out content for you all to enjoy, and I appreciate any thoughts and feedback you feel free in giving. Till next time, all my friends, remember, no matter what platform you play on, game united and be sure to game hard out there.